Hey guys, Cooking Medic here, back with another DayZ guide. This video will be part 2 of our PvP series. In our previous episode, we covered solo PvP, a PvP 101 if you will. If you haven't seen that, I would highly recommend starting there. I'll put a link right up here in the corner. Today we're going to cover some more advanced PvP techniques revolving around team-based tactics. As a disclaimer, what we're going to cover today isn't really applicable to solo players, though it's still worth a watch to understand how coordinated teams operate. In order to make the most out of this guide, you should already be playing with a clan, team, or group of friends. If you like this video, please like it. If you disliked it, please dislike. If you'd like me to elaborate on anything we covered or feel like I missed something, feel free to comment below. I'll almost always get back to you in a timely manner. If you want to see more of this content, please subscribe. As always, I'm not a subject matter expert. I simply have many hours in DayZ and Arma, and as a real-life soldier I've developed some tactics that me and my team use very effectively to keep ourselves alive and win fights. So let's begin. In DayZ, rolling with a team already gives you a huge advantage. Numbers matter for quite a bit, and even the best geared lone wolf players will at least give a second thought to shooting at a group. But in order to take full advantage of a team, it's important that the team is organized, well-trained, and coordinated. Even if you don't follow this guide by the book, even having some modicum of coordination and tactical proficiency will put your team leagues above most others in the game. In order to function effectively as a team, we first need to understand how a team should be structured. How a team is structured depends heavily on how many people you have in your clan and what they are armed with. For the purposes of today's video, we'll assume that you have 4 people in your team with some good mid to end game military loot. Our 4-man team is known as the Fireteam. In DayZ, this team is composed of 2 riflemen, a designated marksman, and a team leader. It is the rifleman's responsibility to gain and maintain fire superiority and to close with and destroy the enemy when necessary. The rifleman makes up the majority of your firepower and should be equipped with an intermediate cartridge assault rifle such as the AKM or M4. The rifleman should also be equipped with hand grenades and smoke grenades, as well as anything we covered in our last video. One or both of these riflemen should also be well versed in the DayZ medical system and carry all necessary equipment to treat their teammates and themselves. For more information, I'll drop a link to that guide right here. Our designated marksman should carry a large bore rifle, such as a Mosin Nagant or a Tundra, as well as a rangefinder and any equipment the riflemen also carry. He should be the best shot in the team, as his job is to extend the overall maximum engagement range of our team. His responsibilities include counter-sniping, picking off enemy combatants, and just generally making other players keep their heads down and pinned down in a firefight. The team leader is equipped with the same equipment as the rifleman. His job is less technical and more tactical. Responsibilities of the team leader include inspecting the equipment of the team, planning the team's movements, and leading the team to success in a firefight. Your team leader should always be somebody that's tactically proficient, knowledgeable, and carries some seniority or respect. Basically, a team leader can't be a complete dickhead. Amongst a group of friends, this is usually an obvious pick. It's imperative that the team leader's authority be respected, and that he's kept alive. A well-functioning team requires leadership to be successful, and when that leadership is killed, a well-planned assault can quickly fall apart. We break this fire team down further into 2 smaller teams, called buddy teams. Our buddy teams include 1 rifleman and the team leader, known as our alpha team or assault team, and our designated marksman and other riflemen, known as our bravo team or support team. We break these teams down for one simple reason: maneuverability. A fire team leader can't micromanage the movements of all 4 of his men in a firefight, so it's imperative that both teams know their job and can operate with some autonomy. The assault team's job is simple: to flank, close with, and destroy the enemy. The support team's job is to keep the enemy occupied, keep them pinned down to one area, and try to pick off stragglers. Now that we know how our teams are structured and the responsibility of the individuals in those teams, let's discuss the basics first. Movement. Our one eternal rule from our solo PvP guide still holds true here: whoever is seen first loses the fight. Good movement techniques can be the difference between losing half of your team in a firefight or winning the day with no casualties. From a leadership perspective, it's important that we make considerations regarding terrain, movement speed, and formations. Terrain is simple. Anything that applies to individual movement techniques also applies here. Stay off of roads, stick to tree lines and forests, and don't crest hills. Plan your movements based on which areas of the map offer your team the best cover and concealment while on the move. Movement speed is also an important consideration. We can afford to move faster through more covered and concealed positions because we're already harder to spot. However, when moving through open terrain or a city, we have to take it slower and more methodically to avoid detection. A good rule of thumb is to direct your team to slow down if you're in a populated area. Formations are how we move and are heavily dependent on terrain and security. The simplest movement formation is the column. The column is when the team walks one behind the other. This affords poor front and rear security, but excellent flank security. This is because we only have one gun that's able to quickly fire to the front or rear at any given time, but 4 guns that can fire to either side. The column is best used when moving through dense forests or when moving at nighttime to avoid losing each other in the foliage. The opposite of this formation is the line formation. The line formation is when the team moves beside one another or shoulder to shoulder. This affords excellent security to the front and rear, but very poor security to the flanks. The line is best used when assaulting into the enemy in order to have the maximum amount of firepower available directed at them. The wedge formation is the best of both worlds. A wedge is when the team moves in, well, a wedge as illustrated here. Our team leader is at the front of the wedge, directing movement. Our Alpha team moves from his left, and our Bravo moves on his right. It offers good all-around flank security, as the team can quickly turn in any direction to return fire. It's also easy to push the wedge into a line formation in order to quickly gain fire superiority. The wedge is best used for navigating more open terrain, where 360-degree security is an important consideration. The stagger column is similar to the column, but offers slightly better protection to the front and rear. Essentially, we're staggering each member of the team to different sides of the formation, with the team leader at the front. This formation is best used for if you have to travel down a railway or road, particularly through cities. Maintaining a constant state of 360-degree security is paramount. All it takes is one fresh spawn with an IJ-70 and nothing to lose to cripple your team. Whenever moving, somebody should be assigned a sector of fire, basically a direction to watch while on the move. Different formations afford us different levels of security from different directions. Whenever moving in a formation, it's important to also maintain spacing. Every team member should put at least 10 meters between each other to break up the silhouette of the formation and avoid undue casualties. If a team is bunched up, every round fired and every grenade thrown at them has the capacity to deal massive amounts of damage more than it would. So make sure to maintain your spacing. The human brain finds comfort in staying close to other people, but comfort doesn't win firefights. Just as we have formations for movement, we also have formations for stopping. Whenever the team halts at a position, they form a perimeter. The team leader directs his team to halt, and then assigns each member of the team a sector of fire or a direction to watch. A well-positioned perimeter can be near invisible and secure from all angles. This affords the team time to safely cook, maintain equipment, and plan out their next move. We now understand the structure of our team, how our team should move and maintain security, and the jobs of each individual in our team. So now let's get into the good stuff, tactics. Team tactics are still rooted in the fundamentals that we covered in our last video. Fire superiority and positioning. We want to be outmaneuvering the enemy and putting more accurate rifle fire in their direction than they're putting on us. Once again, in order to know what to do ahead of time, we break these movements down into drills. A good team should dry run these drills regularly and practice their roles in the drills in order to have a good grasp of what to do when shit hits the fan. Before we get into our combat drills, let's discuss some basic movement drills. First is a bounding movement. A bounding movement is conducted in order to maintain a heightened level of security when moving. For example, when approaching a military base, there's always the threat of campers, so you need to ensure that your team maintains security. To conduct the bounding movement, our Bravo team will take up a secure position overlooking our Alpha team. Bravo team will then observe and cover any positions that the enemy could use to engage Alpha. Alpha will move up to a good position of cover, and then cover Bravo team as they bound up. You repeat this process until the team is in position. Next, let's cover how to cross an LDA. An LDA is a linear danger area. This is any open area that can be hazardous to cross, such as roads or clearings. To begin, the team leader will signal that there is an LDA ahead. Bravo team will then move up to cover positions with one team member covering both directions. Alpha team will then cross the LDA and take up cover positions on the other side of the LDA, covering the same directions. Bravo team can then cross the LDA safely. Let's now cover our first, most basic combat drill, the buddy rush. The buddy rush is utilized by a buddy team in order to rapidly close the distance with the enemy and overwhelm them with aggressive movement and accurate fire. In this scenario, our enemy has decided to fire at buddy team A. After conducting their individual contact responses, buddy team A will then execute a buddy rush. Buddy number 1 will fire at the enemy's position, allowing buddy number 2 to conduct a 5-second rush. Buddy number 2 will spend no more than 5 seconds sprinting to his next available position of cover and immediately begin firing at the enemy. This will allow buddy number 1 to rush to his next position of cover. Rinse and repeat until you've closed enough distance with the enemy to effectively put him down. Our second drill is essentially a team level version of that buddy rush, the team assault. In this scenario, our team is moving across a field with scattered hay bales. Our team takes fire from an enemy team at the end of the field. Step 1 is to conduct the individual contact response. Once everybody is in cover and returning fire, our support team, Team B, will begin returning accurate fire in the enemy's direction. Our designated marksman is scanning for targets to pick off, while our Bravo rifleman is firing sporadically at known or suspected positions of enemy cover. Once Bravo team has established a base of fire, the team leader will rally his A team riflemen and begin a flank. The team leader will determine which flank affords the most cover and concealment and will communicate this to his buddy. A simple yet effective way to do this would be to tell your team either New York or California for right and left respectively. Alpha team will then move rapidly from cover to cover backwards before moving as quickly as possible onto the flank of the enemy. Once on the enemy's flank, Alpha team will conduct a buddy rush until they are within fighting range of the enemy. Once within range, Alpha team will form a line formation behind cover or concealment. Alpha will then throw frag grenades into the engagement area if available, and aggressively assault through the enemy's position and destroy them. Bravo team will then assault through the enemy's position from the opposite direction in order to ensure that there are no stragglers. At this point, the team should maintain a perimeter and hold security at all times while looting. During this time, the team leader can determine who's injured or low on ammo. The second drill we'll cover is breaking contact. We break contact whenever we're outmaneuvered, outgunned, or outnumbered. If your team is losing a fight and needs to GTFO, this is your drill. First, the fire team conducts their individual contact response. Next, our Bravo team will return fire towards the enemy. While Bravo returns fire, Alpha team will pop smoke and bound backwards to a new position of cover. Once Alpha is in a viable position, they will then return fire, allowing Bravo team to bound backwards into the next covered position. Rinse and repeat until you put enough ground between yourself and the enemy that they're no longer accurately returning rifle fire. Then, the team leader will make the call to GTFO back into the woods. For our next drill, let's learn how to stage an ambush. An ambush is a pre-staged surprise attack meant to completely destroy the enemy. A well-placed ambush in a high-traffic area can catch even the most observant teams off guard. When selecting a site for an ambush, look for high-traffic areas with a predictable route of travel. Roadways going north or passing through military loot areas are usually a good bet. Next, we need to prepare our site. We call this engagement area development. We want to first select a kill zone, the area where we'll be engaging the enemy. Try to find a spot with little cover concealment and few means of escape. We want to place a casualty producing device in this kill zone. Landmines are perfect for the job. Next, position your men in an L-shaped formation in good firing positions looking into the kill zone. The purpose of the L shape is twofold: to prevent friendly fire and to open the enemy up to more angles of attack. Our goal is to interlace our fire to quickly overwhelm them and keep them inside of our kill zone. Team Alpha is going to be positioned either to the front or rear of the kill zone, looking inward. The team leader will be positioned toward the kill zone, and the rifleman will be positioned to maintain rear security. Team Bravo will be positioned on the flank of the kill zone, looking in. The designated marksman should be looking into the kill zone, with the rifleman maintaining rear security for him. Remember, an ambush doesn't work unless the team is well concealed. Ghillie suits and/or camouflage are a necessity. To further enhance your concealment, construct improvised shelters inside of bushes. I call these duck blinds because they do wonders for breaking up your silhouette and keeping you concealed. To initiate an ambush, you first must wait. Patience is key here, because this tactic depends on other players stumbling into your trap. When the enemy reaches your kill zone, it's then the designated marksman's job to initiate the ambush. The designated marksman will shoot the landmine, triggering it. This will hopefully injure/kill the enemy. If it doesn't, it will confuse them and buy us precious seconds that we can exploit. Next, both teams should open fire on the kill zone simultaneously, trapping the enemy inside of it. At this point, the team can destroy the enemy with interlacing and accurate fire. If desired, you can now clean up the body, store the loot inside of your improvised shelter, and reset the kill zone for another ambush. Being able to lay an ambush is an effective, if not slow, way of racking up kills and loot, but when it's you on the other side of one, it gets a lot messier. That's all the time we have for today, guys. Join us for our next installment in our PvP guide series, where we'll be covering everything you need to know about close quarters battle. Have a wonderful day, and as always, good luck surviving.